Hey guys, it's Suki and it's Saetober, and we are going to start this month off with a new series called the Full Potential series, where we see how good the character becomes at the end of the series, or in simpler terms, broken as a crack addict. This video was requested by the Duck on the community Discord Neo Egoist Geeks that I co-host alongside the famous content creators like the love duo of Arrow and Raven. They host awesome versus battles game shows on Fridays, and this Sunday we're going to have the voice actor of Julian, Loki, Kevin D. Terrell join the podcast, so stay tuned for that and enjoy. So to look at his full potential, first we need to look at his current skill set, which is surprisingly big for only one game showcasing his skill. Let's start off small with his defensive capabilities. This isn't his strong suit, but we can't leave anything unaccounted for. So thanks to his Metavision, Sae is able to take the most shortest route to crush the most dangerous point of the field, and he was able to use a shoulder block to stop fraud Isagi. He did all this while keeping himself completely out of Isagi's vision throughout the whole play. That is really his only defensive feat we get from him. The problem is it won't work so well in the current story with the Metavision bargain sale going on in the NEL, so players like Isagi will be able to count for Sae's movements now. Let's look at the offensive masterclass he displayed against the BlueLock 11. Firstly, his dribbling style in his first gear. He can use hyperspeed scissors. Sae performs a scissor feint at incredible speed, making it hard to follow. Double touch. Sae knocks the ball from one foot to another before using the second foot to knock the ball past his opponent and break past. He performed this at an incredibly fast tempo, leaving Rin with little time to react. Double touch heel flick. This is when he slides the ball away from the opponent and then slides his foot on the ball with a perfect control, sending it in the air, and then kicks it with the back of his heel to send it forward to where he will receive the ball. This was used against Nagi in chapter 146 and Rin in chapter 147. Marcel turn. Sae stops the ball with the outside of his foot, shooting the ball from his opponent before performing a roulette to turn past them. Nutmeg. Sae dribbles the ball through the legs of a defender, effectively getting past their defense with little effort. Elastical nutmeg. Sae performs a regular elastical to nutmeg a defender and go past them. He did this to Isagi when breaking through the midfield during the Japan national representative game. Cross elastical nutmeg. Sae performs an elastical, but by crossing the ball behind his dominant leg before knocking it between his opponent's legs using his non-dominant foot. He first performed this move on his little bro Rin when he returned from Spain, but has also performed this move on Rin during the Japan national representative match. When he goes into his second gear, his dribbling speed increases and makes use of his counter dribbling. This is when Sae's dribbling becomes passive in comparison to those dribblers who are more proactive like Barou and Yukimiya. Rather than actively moving past the defender, Sae will observe the defender's rhythm and motions before flowing past them in a counter. Sae's dribbling is the best shown so far, being able to effortlessly blow past the legs of Isagi and Barou within one fluid movement. Rin noticed that the tempo of each of his touches when he dribbles is incredibly fast, boasted by his experience in Europe. Sae will often prioritize passing to progress the ball up the field, but when he wishes to play seriously, he changes his playstyle to breaking through by himself with his dribbling, drastically increasing his options of playmaking, whether it be passing or to go for a goal himself. When Sae gets serious, his dribbling is good enough to overcome the BlueLock 11's entire formation without any sort of assistance necessary. Rabona nutmeg, a technique where a player kicks the ball with their kicking leg crossed behind their standing leg. Sae can use this technique to play the ball between an opponent's legs before passing them, as demonstrated against Yukimiya in I believe chapter 141 or 140. Just because he gave up on his dream to become the world's greatest striker doesn't mean his shooting weapons suck, as his shooting options are also loaded, as he could do any shot type Rin could do in the U20 match and more with ease, as even Rin had trouble replicating the shot Sae scored a goal with. He also would have scored the equalizer at halftime if it wasn't for Ryu's insanely long legs. Now let's get into his midfielder archetype. Playmaker, a player who controls the flow of the team's offensive play and is often involved in passing moves which lead to goals through their vision, technique, ball control, creativity, and passing ability. Sae has been described as having a cold and calculating playstyle. He creates constant ideal plays for his team using passing and dribbling, essentially controlling the offense, and fills in any gaps the defense may have by going to the most critical point using his vision. With every play he makes, Sae aims to crush his opponent quickly, efficiently, and destroying them beautifully. Now let's get into his midfielder skills that haven't been listed already. Professional football technique. Sae is regarded as a genius player in the professional world of football. He plays football in Europe and is considered to be on the level of a pro, but has not gone fully pro yet because of his age being 17 and does not meet the requirements of a foreigner for Spain to sign a pro contract at the start of the series. He is regarded as the best player in Japan and can easily fill a stadium with his name alone due to his immense reputation. Even high-level players like Sae Itoshi and Ryusei are a league below him. His skills are some of the most impressive amongst the U20 players in the world, placing him in the new Gen 11. Perfect kick technique. Sae has the ability to control the intensity, angle, speed, and accuracy of his kicks into an extreme level at any given point in time. Not only is he able to consistently perform complex passes using his superior footwork and technique, but added with his level of skill, he is able to perfectly manipulate the ball to the point where his passes are easy to receive, but also hard to intercept or block. This is also enhanced with his other attribute being reflex, depending on the person he is passing it to. Long driven pass. A long pass, usually 40 to 50 meters, that gives the ball enough height and power to avoid interception. Line drive shot. Sae is able to score a powerful drive shot taken from the byline and aimed at the other side of the goal. This is a shot that defies expectations of anyone in the box, anticipating a pass and can catch the goalkeeper off guard. Trivela pass. A technique in which one puts a spin on the ball using the outside of their foot. Sae is able to make a pinpoint pass using the outside of his left foot in an instantaneous motion with his reflex. Sae is able to use this pass with his weaker right foot to still make a pinpoint pass. Ultra fast pass. From a set piece, Sae is able to make an incredibly fast pass that borders on being a shot. By using his reflex, he takes all conditions into account in order to pass to a place that the opponent cannot reach, as if threading a needle. Last but not least, the ability that makes all of these abilities efficient to the next level, Metavision, or Sae Itoshi. With his pristine and trained vision, Sae is able to constantly collect data on every player, every play they make, and all their positions on the field. After analyzing the data and able to react to their movements instantly without being noticed, arriving at the time of the most critical point of their plays, effectively shutting down their attack or bypassing their defense with ease by understanding their play methods. His Metavision is unique because he is actually very good in data statistics, as that is his hobby, analyzing player stats. He actually has some brain cells outside of soccer, unlike some people isagi. This means he would be able to use his outside of soccer data analysis IQ input for Metavision, allowing him to see the field differently than other Metavision users would. Now, if you enjoy learning about these facts, I highly suggest checking out Arrow's channel, as he goes into very good depth on the BlueLock character abilities such as Sae Itoshi himself, which I watched this video on actually when doing research on the video. However, what takes less time doing is subscribing to my channel, which is less than 5 seconds. So be like Nike and just do it, especially if you enjoy TsukiLock content I'm going to be producing all of October. So it's going to be hard analyzing how we can improve Sae Itoshi's skill set, since we never got to see him go all out and he only played in a showcase game. We didn't see him sweat, let alone try, until the 74th minute. But I have 2 things that can help make Sae Itoshi invincible. The first is Sae Impact. I know he already has an ultra fast pass weapon in his arsenal, which worked perfectly in his free kick to a Shido, but when it comes to corner kicks, it doesn't reach to Shido in time, as Isagi, who has less than a 75 speed rating by the NEL, should not be able to reach that pass, but he is able to due to the long distance the ball has to take to get to Shido. So with a faster pass, that means the ball can reach to the striker faster, which leads them to a higher chance of scoring. Now we know Sae has an insanely good physique. Just look at how the anime did him supreme justice. So imagine if he put the shot power Kaiser puts into his shots but into his passes. That would make for an unstoppable pass for slow people to read his passes. It's already hard with the arsenal he has now, but unstoppable is what we are looking for. The only problem is Sae would need someone like Loki, Shido, or Chigri to be able to track down that insanely fast pass to leave the defense clueless to what happened. If not, Sae would have to nerf his specs, just like he has to do for Sendo, to be able to reach what Sendo can possibly do. The next ability we are going to give him is Data Max Vision. I believe Sae Itoshi will have a distinct vision eye for when he goes all out. It will not be a passing eye like Charles, but it will be this. This will probably be binary code colored when we see it, with zeros and ones all over his eyes, allowing him to assess the data and information of other players on the field and off the field. Proof of this is shown when he confronted the fat Tanuki. He said he watched gameplay on each of the players, which shows that he actually watches every player's movements, gameplays, and all those styles, whether they're good or bad. And he said he had done his research on the Blue Lockers because he chose Shido, and there's no way he would have chose Shido if he had not analyzed the blue lockers themselves. So with his insane passion for data analysis and analyzing the players, with his insane passion for analyzing players and data analysis, he must also analyze the ego types and personalities of the teammates and foes that he has to deal with, to bring out the best of his teammates and crush his opponents. So giving him the best eye ability will give him the info he needs to do what he needs to do instantly and at a much higher effect than other vision users, due to having a jacked body that can contain all that information easily. And lastly, with the data max vision, he would be able to enhance all his skill sets and take them to a higher gear. The data max vision is identical to Metavision, but requires knowledge on every player for it to work at its best and a strong body to hold it as well. It's basically data analysis you learn in soccer as a vision applied to soccer. So you have to actually be smart outside of soccer to use this ability, as it gives a slight edge compared to Metavision because of outside of soccer IQ. But yes, in conclusion, Sae Itoshi is an exceptional once-in-a-lifetime talent whose skills can't be replicated, which makes it hard to improve this beast of a player as he really doesn't have flaws, but I have improved his vision to the highest degree so he can still look down on the Metavision users, as everyone is getting it like a damn bargain sale. And with his passes being as fast as Kaiser's Kaiser Impact, with the right partner it would be damn near impossible for anyone to stop Sae and his plans. These are the last few abilities I would like Sae Itoshi to have before the BlueLock series comes to an end to become the best midfielder possible. Thank you for watching. Tsuki out.